I am having adventures in wildlife control. I called the town's animal control out to help me, but it turns out all that lady can do is pick up strays like puppies and kittens, things like that. They don't deal with wildlife that's in the crawl space of your house or in the attic, etc. So I just got through going down to the home center and picked up some couple of cage traps, a small one and a big one. It was a combo deal, so I got them. And I'm pretty much dealing with, I think I'm pretty much dealing with opossum. Made a couple of grooves in the ground right around my air conditioning unit, and then as time went by, I thought at first it was just water erosion from the rains, but as time went by, things dried out. Those holes got bigger and bigger, and one of them was like this big around, going deep down under the house, and it looked like it was machined by something. That's how smooth, and it was just incredible that I didn't find any dirt displaced anywhere. I don't know how this animal digs like that. It looked like like somebody had come along and just machined a tunnel. So I covered it up with some plywood, dirt. I put dirt in there, put plywood over the dirt. I put bricks over the plywood. I put more dirt on it. And I thought, if it comes back, it's not going to be able to get back down there again. But what I didn't realize was it was down there. It was down in the crawl space of the house, and I was basically sealing it in. So about a month goes by. I didn't see anything disturbance out there. Didn't hear anything in the house. Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there watching TV one afternoon or one evening. I think it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, and this thing screamed like so loud that I couldn't hear the TV. I was like, holy cow, what is that? So then I forget what I did that day, but later on that night, about 2:30 in the morning, it screamed again and woke me up. So I thought, okay, the next day I was going to have to call the animal control. That's when I called them out. But they don't handle that kind of thing. Another guy does. And I thought, well, screw it. I'm not going to pay somebody to come out here and do that. I'll just do it myself, because when I was living in the big city, my house had squirrels in the attic. The previous owner of that house had left a hole about this size in the soffit, and when I bought the place I saw it, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought, that's no big deal, I can fix that. And it wasn't too long after I got into that house, I started hearing rumbling around above me and all kinds of noises and animals running all over the attic of the house. And I thought, great, I've got squirrels. So I went to the store and I bought me one of these. Well, this is the small one. It came with a bigger one. But you bait it, and pretty much this door on the end of it goes down and traps them in there when they're trying to get out. So if I bump this thing, that's what it does. It closes that end and traps them in there. And then what I do is I just drive them out in the country as far as possible and just pick a spot where there's nothing around. I put it down, I open the door, and I walk away a few feet, and I let it run out and let it go on its way. Find a better place to live, not my house. So that's what I'm dealing with this week. If you have squirrels, I can say this for sure. If you want to get rid of squirrels and trap them in something like that, go get you a pack of sunflower seeds. Squirrels cannot resist those sunflower seeds. They go for it every time. I probably trapped and hauled about half a dozen squirrels out into the country, and then I fixed the roof. Never had any problems with them since. But then since I've been in this house, I've had something coming around trying to dig in. It was digging holes under my storage shed in the backyard that I tore down. And since I tore that shed down, it's zeroing in on the foundation around this house. And I don't know why it chose this house. It just likes the smell of this house, I guess. So I'm going to have to bait it. The guy at the store said he uses cat food, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to set it out there. It's supposed to rain tonight, they say, or have a chance of rain, and I don't want to put it out there when rain's coming, because then it'll just kind of mess up the whole smell, the whole thing. I'm going to wait for a good dry day to put it out there, and I'm going to put it right by the AC unit. And I'll bait it with the cat food and wish me luck, and let's see what happens or what turns up. The thing that might mess me up though is this neighborhood has feral cats and even pet cats that get out and they roam the neighborhood. So if they come through, because they've been coming through my backyard since I moved in here, evidently there's a food source for them somewhere around this property, and they make a diagonal beat across my yard, and then they shimmy through the gate out there and go somewhere. I don't know where they go. They disappear. That's the only thing that could put a snag in my plan, is one of those cats could come around, smell that food, and I trap a cat. And I'm like, well, I have to just let it go, because, then I know the neighbor's cats, they got I'm talking neighbor, I'm talking two houses down from me. They have a gray cat and a white and little bit of black on its face cat, and I see them all the time. They come through here, so one of those could mess my plan up, but I'm gonna attempt this anyway to see. It got out by digging a new tunnel by my foundation that was about this big, about as big as my camera lens. And so I put a can of foam that I had that I was sealing up around a window and a vent. I put it and stuffed it in there temporarily, so it's going to have trouble getting in or out because that can's right in the way. That's what I'm dealing with this week. So if you have any tips or tricks or secret recipes or know what works for sure on possum, now it could be I'm not for sure it's a possum, but I'm 90% sure it's a possum. It still could be something else. It could be a fox or I don't know. I don't know what digs tunnels like that. Looked like something came along and machined a tunnel down there. But anyway, if you guys have any suggestions for me, any secrets to use, I'm all ears, because I've been dealing with this thing ever since the storage shed came down. It keeps coming around. Behind the property is tall weeds, and it's like a field, and so that kind of situation breeds like all kinds of rodents, rats, mice, armadillos, rabbits, you name it. they come around. So I'm going to try my hand at trapping animals once again. I was pretty good at getting squirrels, but this is something else. This is not a squirrel. I'm going to see what happens and do the best you can with what you've got wherever you're at. And I hope you have a better week than I'm having. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.